Hey everybody, Justin Nault here, certified nutritional therapist and founder of Clovis. Now, I know you get hit all the time online with people selling weight loss, fitness, diet plans, health and wellness of every kind. You've probably heard every sales pitch there is to be heard. This is a big industry, and rather than be like the rest of the people in the world of health and wellness who just want to make these fancy videos and make themselves look fantastic to try to sell you something, I'm actually going to give you a behind the scenes look at real people whose lives I have transformed through my programs. And I'm going to walk you step by step through exactly what I do, what makes my programs different. And I'm going to share some profound stories, again, of real people who have worked with me to completely transform every single aspect of their health and wellness. I cannot wait to share these stories with you. Now, I want to be really clear here. I am unbelievably confident in my programs and how I help people transform their lives. As you can see here, there are countless people who have come through Clovis. I'm going to be showing you a Facebook group here in a moment that has over 10,500 members who are working together every day to support one another to build healthier lives. Here are just a few before and after pictures, these people and these people. Obviously, I can't share all of the thousands of stories with you, but I can share some especially profound transformations that are going to go against everything you may think you know about how weight loss happens in the body and how human beings get healthy. I'm just giving you a fair warning right now. You are going to hear things in this video that you have never heard before. You are going to learn about an approach to human health and weight loss that is unlike any approach you have ever heard of before. It's going to fly directly in the face of most of the things that you currently believe about health and wellness. And that's really important. That's why I'm sharing this with you, so you can finally get the results that you deserve and stop feeling like you're on a hamster wheel or a roller coaster of weight loss. We're going to talk about all of this in just a minute. So first things first, what is it that makes my programs and the way that I do things so different from everything else on the market? Well, let me start by asking you a very simple question. Do you believe me when I say that I could feed you specific types of food and you could eat as much as you want? No limitations every single day, and you would never become obese? Really think about that for a second. This is going to help you see how you view health and wellness, right? Is being healthy really just about eating less food? Do you believe me when I say that if I fed you specific foods, you could eat as much as you want every single day for as long as you want, and you would never become obese? Yes or no? Now, most people who I ask this question would very quickly say, no, of course not. If I eat more food, I'm going to get fat, right? That is the belief. But the truth is, the answer to this question is yes, absolutely, definitively. If you are eating the right types of foods, you no longer have to worry about calories or how much you're eating, and you never have to worry about getting fat. To drive this point home, let's do a little experiment together. So let's say we do two experiments. The first experiment, I have you eat nothing but 3,000 calories per day of boneless, skinless chicken breasts. So you do this for 6 months straight. You eat nothing but 3,000 calories of boneless, skinless chicken breasts for 6 months straight. And then after that, we repeat the experiment, but for 6 months, you eat nothing but 3,000 calories of strawberry Pop-Tarts per day. And you do that every day for 6 months. Which experiment do you think would be better for your health? Of course, the answer is that eating boneless, skinless chicken breasts for 6 months would be far healthier than eating nothing but strawberry Pop-Tarts every day for 6 months. It doesn't take a PhD biochemist or a biologist to understand the difference here. The reason why the chicken breast is healthier is because the chicken breast is actually food, okay? The Pop-Tart is absolutely not food. So this is the core thing that I want you to understand with everything that I do with Clovis and all of my programs, is this core concept of food versus poison. Food is only good for you. Poison is only bad for you. This is at the heart of every single program that I have and everything I do with clients here at Clovis. I'm here to tell you that the number one problem we have with nutrition today is that somehow food and poison have been put into the same category. If you can understand this concept and correct for it, that's 90% of what you need for optimal health. Truly, it's that simple. It's actually kind of mind-boggling to people when they first come and start working with me, how simple it is to get healthy. and to lose weight almost effortlessly. Everyone else in the industry is overcomplicating this in an insane way, trying to justify and make reasons and excuses for why they can continue to put poison in their bodies and expect to get healthy, which is just madness. And we're going to dig into this even further. But before we do, I just want to quickly go over my story. How did I figure this out? What happened to me for this to be true? I grew up as a fat kid my whole life, right? I was nearly 200 pounds at 15 years old, at 5'2", going into high school, just a very fat kid. And it led to me being really insecure and having a bunch of body dysmorphia and just killing myself in the gym for the next 10 years to try to look like the guy here in this picture, my before picture here. I was working out for 90 minutes per day, 6 days per week, starving myself with a 1,600 calorie per day diet. I was tired, sore, hungry, had a low libido. I was pretty much miserable all the time, right? I had the hormone levels of a 75-year-old man in this before picture until I decided to truly learn about nutrition. I started studying biochemistry and biology textbooks in my spare time. And from there, I refocused my entire life. I was an on-stage musician at the time. I was performing 300 nights a year in Nashville. I cut back on my performances. I reduced them by about 90%. Devoted all my time to learning about my body. And in this after picture, which is arguably better in every sense of the word, and I was feeling better, right? I was working out twice per week and eating over 2,500 healthy calories per day. I had plenty of muscle, had a high libido, I was sleeping great, I felt great all the time. I had to learn this lesson for myself so I could then go out and teach it to others and teach it to you here. And before we go any further with the how of how we do all this, how my programs work, and what I do that's so drastically different, I want to introduce you guys to the Clovis Academy, which is my free private Facebook group. As you can see right here, right? Over 10,500 members are in this group. And they're in here and they're sharing their stories every single day. And this is what makes me so different from the other people that you see selling you weight loss or fat loss or crash diet plans online, is they love to make themselves look really good, right? You see a bunch of people on Instagram who are showing themselves working out in the gym or showing you pictures of their six-pack abs and telling you that they can get you the same results, but their social media is all about them. All they're talking about is them and their story, and look at how good I look shirtless, or look at how good I look in my leggings. Now buy my program, right? We do things differently here. I do things differently here in my programs because my number one focus in everything I do is my clients. If you come work with me, you are my number one focus. And this is what happens as a result of that focus on clients rather than focus on me and talking about how amazing I am like every other influencer out there, right? So what I want to show you is inside this Clovis community, and you can join this for free, by the way. You can just go to facebook.com/group/Clovis Academy. You can join. And then what I've done here is you can go in and you can search for, before and afters, or you can search for 100 pounds lost or transformation or whatever you want to search for. And you're going to get like a bunch of posts that come up here, and you can start looking through real results that people have gotten. Now, to save you some time, what I did here was I went ahead and I saved some of these posts in a collection called Testimonies, right? So we can go in here and we can look. These are all posts from the Clovis Academy from real people getting real results through Clovis. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to open just a few of these. We can do this all day long. We can scroll down and we can open post after post after post. And some of these are just unbelievably drastic before and afters, right? People have lost 100 pounds. People have lost 85 pounds. People have lost 50 pounds. People have lost 20 pounds, right? These are real people. You're going to see these are posts inside the Clovis Academy from real people just like you who were probably skeptical at first and decided to give Clovis a shot, right? So let's look at a few of these as they load up. Okay, so here we have Kim. Kim's giving us a 60-day update. She's on day 60, right? And then she's just looking through all of the inches that she's lost. She's lost 20 pounds in 60 days. And then she's just sharing some before and after pictures, right? So here's another one. This is actually a personal favorite of mine. This is Crystal sharing about her husband, right? So check out this post. This is what happens when your husband loses 50 pounds in 2 months following the Clovis protocol. Number one, your work makes you take a new ID photo. Number two, your wife starts visiting more to make sure the woman you work with know you are married. Check this out. 50 pounds in 2 months following my protocols. Let's check out another one of these. This is Micah sharing. Now, sometimes we have people who, they don't want to post pictures of themselves. They don't want to do the before and after picture thing, but they just want to get on here and they want to talk about what they've done here, right? So this person says, I'm hesitant to post since I don't normally post on social, but check this out. 23 pounds in 2 weeks of trying to eat healthy and 2 weeks of Clovis. Doing the thing, right? 23 pounds in 2 weeks. Let's move on. Here's Ursula, and Ursula is posting with her husband, right? Down 50 pounds each in 6 months, okay? 6 months. And again, this is not with exercise. This is just following Clovis nutrition protocols, my programs. They're each down 50 pounds in 6 months. Husband and wife getting amazing results together. So check this one out. If you remember Crystal shared about her husband having to get a new photo taken for his ID at work. And here's her transformation. This is the same pair of shorts, down over 50 pounds from following the Clovis protocol. Here's another one. And again, somebody who didn't feel comfortable sharing before and after picture, which is totally fine. They just want to write down their results. This is Christy. Scale victory. I've been following Justin's advice for 15 months now. And today I weighed in and have lost a total of 100 pounds so far. 100 pounds lost. This is powerful stuff. Let's keep going because there is plenty more where that came from. So you met Crystal and Micah, a husband and wife team. Here's another one. This is Sean here with her husband. And she's laughing. She's saying he won't be happy sharing this, right? But check this out. He's lost 52 pounds and she's lost 27 pounds, right? Even with one planned cheat meal in the middle of the week. Check this out. They have absolutely crushed this. They look like two different people in this picture. Husband and wife following Clovis, getting results. Here's another person sharing this is her 1-year anniversary of being Clovis, only 11 pounds away from the goal weight, okay, which will bring her to a total loss of 85 pounds. She's trying to lose almost 100 pounds. And here she is, living right, following Clovis, down 85 pounds. Now, here's another one that I want to share with you because this is unbelievably powerful. We have a term here in the Clovis Academy called NSV. NSV stands for non-scale victory. A non-scale victory is anytime somebody experiences an unbelievably powerful shift in their health and wellness, or basically unexpected health and wellness benefits that have nothing to do with the weight on the scale. Check this out. Before and after, all from switching to Clovis, learning the difference between food and poison, nourishing herself with real nutrient-dense whole foods, and getting rid of all the poison nonsense, this is the kind of transformation you can experience. So there are health and wellness benefits far beyond just weighing less on the scale or losing body fat. Now, I know I've shared a ton of stories here with you already. These are all real posts from the Clovis Academy. You can go join this group yourself, and you can spend hours and hours and hours poking around looking at the thousands of people who've transformed their lives. I'm going to talk to you a bit more about a few of these people and what we actually did to get them these incredible transformations. And I'm going to teach you the theory behind what I teach that is so different than all the other programs out there. So again, let's take a look at this idea of food versus poison. When we understand that nutrient-dense whole foods, really things that exist in nature, these are food. The best example I can give you of this is you could go hiking out in the wilderness every single day for the rest of your life, and you would never stumble upon a bagel tree. It just doesn't exist. There is a tremendous amount of processing and chemicals and machinery and all this stuff that has to go into making these ultra-processed foods like a bagel or a Pop-Tart or something like that. We have to understand the difference between food versus poison. But here is what mainstream dieting tells you to do. They tell you to follow low-calorie diets, right? So if you want to lose weight, you just need to cut calories, right? That's what we're told. If we just eat fewer calories, we will lose weight. Then why is 75+% of the adult population of America overweight or obese? We've been given the low-calorie advice for 6 or 7 decades now, and the problem just keeps getting worse and worse. And this right here, this is why this is happening. So this is how low-calorie diets work. You're restricting your calories across the board, and you're still eating these ultra-processed junk foods or low-calorie foods or bread and bagels and pasta and hamburgers or low-calorie snacks, whatever it may be, right? These are all poison items. They're not food items. You're eating less overall, yes, but you're still feeding yourself poison, and this is what happens. It leads to stored body fat because it leaves the body in a low energy state. The reason why we eat food is so we can have lots of energy, but some of the things we're putting in our body, if they're not actually food, we can't create energy from them. The body doesn't know what to do with this, and it ends up storing body fat. Then you end up in a situation like this image right here, where you're storing a bunch of body fat and you feel terrible all the time. You have low energy, maybe you feel cold all the time, maybe your hair is thinning or falling out, maybe you're really pale and you bruise easily, maybe you have a low libido, maybe your teeth are sensitive, maybe your nails are cracking, you just don't have the energy to get out of bed, you need to hit snooze 5 times before you can get out of bed, feeling tired all the time, just feeling really, really bad while eating fewer calories. And the mainstream and doctors and everyone is insisting that if you just eat fewer calories, you're going to lose weight and get healthy. But that's not the case because it leaves you in a low energy state. To put it another way and help you picture this, it's like having a furnace in your house and you're trying to heat your house with this furnace, and you just keep throwing twigs in there and hoping that burning these twigs is going to somehow make a bunch of heat that will heat up your house. But the truth is, if you're just throwing these tiny twigs in there, you're not going to generate a lot of energy. You're not going to be able to heat your house with this poor quality fuel that you're putting in the furnace. This is exactly the same as following a low-calorie diet full of ultra-processed junk. You're just not going to create energy, and your body is going to store fat. On the flip side of this, if you choose a proper fuel source, let's say we have these big, giant, super dry logs, and we're throwing those in the furnace to heat the house, that's going to create really big flames, a lot of energy. You're going to be able to heat the house no problem. You're going to have a ton of energy, and everyone's going to be nice and warm and cozy. They're going to feel great in that house, right? Versus the twigs can't do the job properly. So again, that's like following a low-calorie diet. On the flip side of this, if you follow Clovis, my protocols, and you learn the difference between food versus poison, and you're taking in real food rather than poison, your body is going to create a ton of energy, and you're going to have the experience of being in a high energy body, which means you're going to have great cognitive function. You're going to be in a better mood. You're going to drop body fat easily. You're going to gain muscle easily. You're going to have a high libido. You're going to feel good. You're going to sleep well. You're going to be able to exercise if you want to. You're going to have tons of motivation. Living in a high energy state is far superior to living in a low energy state. Nobody wants to feel this way. And this is what obese and overweight people are dealing with every day. They just don't feel good. Now, if we can get rid of the poison and feed them plenty of calories from nutrient-dense whole foods, they're going to feel like this. This is what we're trying to get to, and this is what makes Clovis so different. I'm feeding you tons of nutrient-dense whole foods, getting you out of the mindset of restriction. We're no longer playing the game of restricting calories and starving ourselves or over-exercising at the gym and wasting a bunch of energy. That is not the way to achieve optimal health. To achieve optimal health, you need an optimal diet. And that's what I'm here to give you. Now, I want to show you a few real examples of this, okay? So Jenny is just one example. And actually, I can show you Jenny in the Facebook group. So here is a real post from Jenny in the Facebook group talking about her unbelievable transformation. Just take a look at this picture, right? And she shares some of the things that has happened here. She went from a size 16 to a size 10, and everything that used to be an XL is now a medium. I no longer suffer from acne, dark eye under circles, fatigue, bloating, migraines, polycystic ovary syndrome, heartburn, joint pain, inflammation, brain fog, cravings, guilt, or depression. I now have glowing skin, my hair grows thicker and faster, and I had to get a new wardrobe. Because of Clovis, I now have confidence in the food I eat and the products I use on myself and in my household. I have learned to nurture my mind, body, and soul, and I'm continuing to learn how to heal every aspect of my life each and every day. My body has transformed in so many ways. I not only think I look younger, but I feel younger too. I no longer define myself by the number on the scale. I no longer try to hide who I really am from the world because I finally love myself, okay? This is what I'm here to give you, a better life. Stop suffering with starvation diets and crash diets and over-exercising and hating your body and trying to suffer your way to better health. You cannot hate yourself healthy. You can't hate your body and expect it to get healthy. I'm offering you freedom from all this nonsense. So how did Jenny get these incredible results? Well, when Jenny first came to me, she was eating just a few hundred calories per day, which is absolutely insane. She'd been starving herself on and off her entire adult life, crash dieting, yo-yo dieting, right? And on top of it, while only eating a few hundred calories a day, she was doing P90X workouts for 90 minutes. Every single day. And as you can see here, this was the results that she had to show for it. She was not getting the results that she hoped for all this hard work. So enter me. I actually insisted that she stop the intense workouts and focus on her nutrition and let her body rest and recover. Jenny lost 11 pounds in the first 7 days of eating more food and giving up the workouts. And as you saw from her Facebook post, the final count for her, she went on to lose over 67 pounds with me and had to buy a whole new wardrobe, all while eating over 2,000 healthy calories each day. This is powerful stuff. And here's another example. If you remember Micah, who had to get his photo ID taken, a new photo taken, and Crystal, they'd been struggling with their weight ever since their wedding. And they tried all the diet and exercise programs, everything. They finally found a podcast of mine and they went all in. They started eating more healthy food, giving up the poison, and stopped restricting calories. And here's what happened. Micah lost 40 pounds in just the first 8 weeks. And as you saw earlier in this video, he lost over 50 pounds, needed to get a new ID photo taken at work, right? Crystal went on to lose over 30 pounds. And actually later in time, she went on to lose, I think, about 50 total. And Crystal said flat out, this is the most food we've ever eaten. Here's another one, and this is one of my favorites because Josh has now gone on to become a very close personal friend of mine. But before, when Josh came to me, he had a lot of weight to lose. He's a futurist, an entrepreneur, and a father of 2. And he had no time for working out. He's like, Justin, I can't go to the gym. Please don't ask me to go to the gym and starve myself. I'm not going to do it. I was like, all right, if you're not going to go to the gym, you have to follow my nutrition advice to the letter. He agreed. This is what happened 60 days later. In just 60 days, Josh lost 40 pounds. And here's a direct quote from Josh. He says, "This will change your life. I know it's changed mine, and I'm forever grateful to Justin." Just another example of the power of food versus poison. Eating more real food is the way to get healthy. Now, I'm going to show you some additional people with incredible stories, and I'm going to tell you exactly how we got those results. But first things first, I want to show you, if we go back to what Jenny was doing, which is what most people are doing, they're starving themselves. They're eating fewer calories, they're exercising as much as they can, and they're hoping to get the weight off. But let me explain to you how this works with a visual. What I want to talk to you about is the weight loss roller coaster. And this is what actually happens long term when all you're focusing on is just eating as little as possible, cutting your calories, going to the gym more, doing chronic cardio or boot camp classes or whatever it may be. What ends up happening is you severely damage your metabolism, and over time you end up in a world of hurt and in a lot of trouble and in really poor health. So here's how this happens. We're going to use a whiteboard here, okay? So this will be a little bit sloppy, but we're going to do the best we can drawing with a mouse. So we're going to make a little graph here, right? So on this side here, we have body fat, BF. So this is your body fat. And here we have time. So we have this beautiful little graph here. I know I'm a brilliant artist. Up here, up and down, we're looking at body fat. And left to right, we're looking at time. So what ends up happening is, let's say you're 18 years old and you go to the gym a little bit, you don't really need to watch what you eat. Maybe you're in college, you're just like eating dorm cafeteria food, and you're relatively lean and relatively healthy. Now, some of you may have started this terrible journey at 5 years old, or myself, I was overweight by age 8, and then by the time I was 13, 14, 15, I was almost 200 pounds at 5'2". So this has happened for me for a long time. I've actually really never experienced what it was like to be lean and healthy in my younger years. But for some of us, let's say you liked the weight that you were at when you were 18 years old, and that's your starting point. Now, over time, as we age and as time goes on, we gain weight. And then all of a sudden, at some point, you say, oh, wow, I don't want to look like this. I want to look like I used to down here. This is when the crash dieting begins, what we see Jenny doing, right? You cut your calories down to below 1,200 calories a day, and you're exercising like crazy, going to the gym, whatever you think you need to do, a ton of cardio. You're crash dieting, right? And you may lose 5 pounds, 6 pounds, 8 pounds, maybe even 10 pounds, right? You start getting closer to where you started after you gained all this weight, but it's unsustainable, right? You can't go on just eating less than 1,200 calories a day. 2,000 calories a day is appropriate for an 8-year-old child. No adult human should be eating less than 2,000 calories a day. But this is what people do. They crash diet to 1,400 calories, 1,200 calories, 1,000 calories, or like Jenny, eating less than 1,000 calories a day and going to the gym, right? Maybe you lose a little bit of weight in the beginning, but what ends up happening is your metabolism down-regulates, you're still eating poison, and you have a bounce back. This is the weight loss roller coaster. You gain all the weight back and then some. Right? Now you're even bigger and even heavier than when you started this whole debacle of crash dieting and starving yourself, right? So then the goalpost changes. You look back and you don't even care about being down here to the left anymore. You just want to be back here, right? After you lost that weight, wow, I just want to be back here. I don't even care about that one. I just want to get back to where I was. So you build up the willpower and the courage to try again, and you do another crash diet, right? You cut calories again, you start going to the gym, lose a little bit of weight, maybe 4 pounds, 5 pounds, 6 pounds, but then it stops. You plateau, and you can't keep it up because it's not sustainable. So what ends up happening is, due to the metabolic adaptation, you have damaged your metabolism through all of this crash dieting, all of this over-exercising. Your metabolism down-regulates, and you gain all the way back and then some, right? It happens again. And then you end up on this weight loss roller coaster over time where you can never get back down to where you wanted to get to. And people end up coming to me at 55 years old, right? And they're 300 pounds and they have type 2 diabetes. And they're like, I look back when I was 18 to 21 years old, I looked so good and I was so lean and so healthy. And they think it's normal aging. This is not a normal part of aging. This is metabolic damage, metabolic dysfunction. And the very dieting attempts that you are participating in are what's damaging your metabolism and making things worse over time. This is compounding damage done due to these low-calorie diets and eating poison every single day. So what I'm here to do with Clovis, the way that we get these incredible results in someone like Jenny or someone like Josh or Crystal and Micah or Jackie or anybody who's gotten incredible results with Clovis, here's all I'm asking you to do, right? Let's say you're here. You come to me and you're starting here. What we're going to do is we're going to remove the poison. We're going to feed you more food, but we're going to be very specific about the type of food that you eat. We're going to give you species-appropriate, nutrient-dense whole foods. Remember, you never find a bagel tree out in nature. So we're going to stick with healthy whole foods, red meat, poultry, fish, shellfish, eggs, organic fruits and vegetables, potatoes, sweet potatoes, organic white rice, some organic raw honey, whatever it may be. You're going to eat like a king. You're going to eat a lot of nutrient-dense whole foods. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to try to get you here, right? We're going to feed you more food to ramp up your metabolic rate and move you like this, okay? So we do this intelligently with reverse dieting, feeding you more calories slowly over time, making sure you're eating the right foods and not eating any poison. And what ends up happening in a very, very short period of time is even while you're eating more food and ramping up your metabolic rate, over time, your weight starts to drop. Down, 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 like this. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you, this is the only way to achieve weight loss and optimal metabolic health sustainably with results that last you a lifetime. At some point, if you want real change and you don't want to end up obese and sick in your old age, you have to cross this bridge. You have to do what I'm asking you to do, which is remove the poison and increase the number of calories you're eating from real nutrient-dense whole foods. That's how you get the incredible results that I've shared with you here, and I want to share some more with you right now. So here is another incredible example of how this works. This is Shannon. Now, when Shannon first came to me, she had tried everything under the sun to lose weight, and she had openly admitted, she said this to me on a call, that she was very skeptical of me at first because nothing had ever worked for her in the past. All these different people, doctors, nutritionists, trainers, had all promised her that they could get her results, and nobody could actually do it, right? And at the time, she was homeschooling 8 children. She did not have time to go to the gym and kill herself in the gym. She didn't want to starve herself because she needed energy to take care of all these rambunctious kids, and she just did not have the time or patience for another failed dieting attempt. So she went all in. I assured her that we were going to get this right. Shannon went on to lose over 100 pounds. This is a direct quote from Shannon. She says, "This is my forever and it's only going to get better and I owe it all to Justin." I actually have to be really careful when I read these quotes and things because I get really emotional. I care about these people deeply. This is what I do day in and day out. I try to help people take back their health because you've been lied to from the mainstream. The mainstream tells you that you need to cut calories, you need to kill yourself in the gym, and if you can't follow a diet, then you have no willpower and you lack discipline and you lack motivation and it's your fault. It's not your fault. It's the information's fault. Shannon was homeschooling 8 beautiful kids. She's a brilliant woman. She knew how to track calories. She knew how to go to the gym and exercise. She tried all of it and it wasn't working. Is it her fault? No. It's the information's fault. I give her better information and here's the transformation that she experienced. This is the same pair of jeans in both pictures, ladies and gentlemen. She's down over 100 pounds. Look at the look on her face. The color of her skin is different. This is an unbelievable transformation, over 100 pounds. Again, all while eating more food. She came to me to lose weight. I insisted that she eat more food. And this is what happened. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you have been lied to, and I'm here to fix it. So here's another incredible example of what can happen when you get this right. This is Annika. Now, when Annika first came to me, she was killing herself in the gym day in and day out, kind of like Jenny. She was in the gym 6 days a week, eating mostly salads, restricting her calories to dangerously low levels. She was under 1,200 calories a day. When she first came to me, she was doing tons of daily cardio and these boot camp style high intensity workouts, right? And she told me that she just really wasn't feeling very confident, was feeling pretty insecure. She's spending all this time in the gym, but she didn't feel strong. She told me that she wanted to feel strong and confident in a bikini. So I told her to stop worrying about her weight, ditch the scale, stop weighing herself, and I insisted that she eat more food and we cut back on her exercise. We cut her exercise more than in half. She's doing less than half the exercise, coming to me and eating way more food. And what happened? Here's the amazing part. I want you to understand, this is the before and after of Annika, and I love to share this one because she's the exact same weight in both pictures. I went ahead and moved my face out of the way for you. So just take a look at this. This is incredible. This is Annika at the exact same body weight. Okay? She didn't gain a pound. She didn't lose a pound. And look how drastically different her body is. This is the importance of body composition, which is another thing that makes me, all of my programs and everything I do at Clovis so different from the mainstream. I am not obsessed with how much you weigh. I don't much care about the amount of weight that you want to lose. I want you to be healthier. I want you to be the healthiest version of yourself. I want to change your body composition. I want to increase the amount of lean muscle that you have and decrease the amount of body fat that you have. This is called body recomposition. All of my programs are centered around body recomposition. If you want to lose weight, the truth is you actually want to lose fat. Of course. Right? And that's exactly what we did with Annika. This is a body recomposition through eating more food, getting rid of poison, and exercising less. And again, she is the same exact body weight in both pictures. And again, I could sit here all day and just walk you through transformation after transformation after transformation of all the people that have come through Clovis, okay? We don't have time to go through all these people, but I hope you've gotten at least somewhat of an understanding of how we do things differently. We're going to finally give your body what it needs to get the results that you're after, feeding you more so you can have more energy and less body fat. This concept that I use is called eating more and exercising less. This is what I'm all about, how to lose weight by eating more and exercising less. This is absolutely validated by countless scientific studies all around the world. But even more important than those studies are the real world examples of this working. Ladies and gentlemen, my clients love my program so much. They're so grateful for what they've been through that they allow me to give their cell phone numbers out to people who are considering starting the program so they can share their experience. So I want you to understand this. Anytime you see anyone online preaching any kind of program, don't just look at their body. Don't look at Mr. Six-Pack on his Instagram bench pressing you and telling you how great he is. Don't look at those people. Look at their results. Look at the real clients who have worked with them and gotten results. Speak to those real clients. That's what we're all about here at Clovis with all of my programs. I am unbelievably transparent. This stuff works. Everything I do carries a money-back guarantee. You can talk to real people who have been through it. You can join the Clovis Academy and talk to as many people as you want to. Ask them how it went for them. You will get results. This is how the human body works. This is how you take back your health and wellness, by healing your damaged metabolism. That's step one. And before we wrap up this video, I want to share just one more incredible story with you that is one of my favorites, okay? So this is Denise, and Denise is sharing her incredible story of how she went from 39% body fat down to 22% body fat, eating more food, getting rid of the poison, exercising less, and she went from 39% body fat down to 22% body fat. And the reason I share this with you is because these transformations that people are having are so profound, they change their lives so drastically that they do things like getting Clovis tattoos. Clovis is my baby. It's my company. I love it. I'm the founder. I've been doing this for over 10 plus years now. I've been working one-on-ones with clients and transforming their lives. And every now and then somebody is so deeply impacted that they get something like this, which is a Clovis tattoo. Okay? So the next time you're considering paying for somebody's weight loss plan or their fitness plan or something, and you see them bragging about themselves on Instagram, ask them if any of their clients have ever gotten a tattoo of the brand because they're so happy with their transformation. If you can find me another influencer with results like this, I'm all ears. I would love to meet that person because they're doing great work. Okay, so I hope you have enjoyed this video. I hope you have enjoyed hearing these stories of real people who have completely transformed their lives with the power of eating more and exercising less. Eating more nutrient-dense whole foods, taking care of their bodies, allowing themselves to rest and recover, and getting life-changing results. I would love to give you those very same results. And if you want to experience the same life-changing transformational results, all you have to do is just scroll down below this video for instructions on how to schedule a call with me or one of my incredibly qualified coaches, and we can give you a free metabolism assessment. We can walk through exactly where you are right now, what you've tried in the past, and we can point you in a better direction so you can get incredible results just like the people who you just saw in this video. So that's it. All you have to do is scroll down under this video for instructions for booking your own call, and of course, some other educational videos so you can learn more about me, the work that I do, what all my programs are about, and how you can transform your life once and for all and finally get the results that you deserve. Again, my name is Justin Nault. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I cannot wait to work with you.